Hi guys, Melissa Profit with Warren County Soil and Water Conservation District, and I'm back out here in nature to see what kind of changes do we see now that we've entered that spring season. It's been really exciting to look at all the changes that we've observed over the past year, right? So now we can see, okay, let's check in with the growth of the plants and what signs of wildlife we might see now that we're coming out of that more dormant winter season into this emerging spring season. Of course, our weather's getting warmer, the sun is shining more, and let's think about what kind of observations we can take note of in our natural surroundings. In the spring, on plants such as this elderberry plant, we're seeing the new leaves emerging. We do not see any fruit yet, but these leaves will certainly start to grow more and more, providing more shade and habitat for local wildlife. Some plants may still have signs of the old, dormant stalks or leaves, but intermixed we will see the new greenery. The sweet gum tree does not have leaves emerging yet, but we definitely see the new buds and signs of new growth. This witch hazel seedling planted last year is starting to have emerging leaves, and we will see this young plant continue to increase its growth throughout the spring and into the summer season. Looking at the conifer or evergreen trees, take note of needles present. And are these young needles? What color are the needles? What color are the buds on this maple tree? Making observations about not just the presence, but also the color or number of buds are other observations we can make. And of course, springtime equals flowers. Dandelions are one of the first blooming flowers we will see, and they provide excellent early food sources for pollinators. While some of these flowers are sometimes considered weeds in a lawn setting, they are crucial for those early emerging bees and other flies and wasps. You'll notice that early leaves will often have a different color than the mature leaves we saw in the summer. This early growth of leaves and blossoms are not only a food source for pollinators, but they support the young offspring of the pollinators. The larvae, like caterpillar, serve as a food source for the returning birds that we see here in the spring. Do you hear all of the different bird song? Springtime also heralds the return of migrating birds to their home summer nesting sites. As these birds are returning, it's important that the plants that serve as host plants and food supplies for their young are also budding and producing that resource when it's needed most. My favorite thing is to be outside and to really absorb all of these great phenomenon that we are seeing. Phenology, that studying of the life cycles and how do different organism life cycles sync up to support different species, is really critical data for scientists to collect, especially as we're entering and we're seeing more changes due to climate change, habitat loss, invasive species moving in. These changes are going to have effects. And the more that we can understand how the natural rhythms of the environment work, and the more we're able to pay attention to what is changing, the better that we can help to prepare and adapt where we need to. Mother Nature is amazing, isn't she? Oh, so I hope that you get out there, make some observations, and enjoy your time out in the sun.